What is going on, people? It is I, once again, Snato, coming at you with another battle. This one's really awesome because it is a battle with a friend of mine from the East Coast Pokemon League. One of our good friends, Mr. Jiro. At least that's what his screen name is. Here he calls himself Shoutaru, so that's pretty cool. His team looks pretty good. We're both packing Aegislash and Talonflame, so that'll be interesting. Anyway, let's see what happens in the battle. It's a singles match. I sent out a random request and he just accepted it, so thanks a lot, dude. Anyway, he starts things off with Delphox, Fire Psychic type, and I go in with Zomagod, and I start things off with a nice tri-attack, and I was hoping to take it out in one shot, but he actually survived, so that says a lot about his special defense, because Zomagod has choice specs, adaptability, and, a lot of, 252 EVs into special attack, and he still took it, so that's pretty good. And then he burned me, but Zomagod's not too bothered by burn. But, we were able to take it out in the second turn. Kind of a waste of a very powerful tri-attack, but you got to take it out. Out comes Talonflame, and I was fearing Brave Bird, but he goes for Acrobatics, and luckily I survive it. And I go for the tri-attack, and it is enough to take out Talonflame, so that's great. We got 2 knockouts with Mr. Zomagod there, but the burn does him in. By the way, this is not Cheryl's team. This is just a team of random Pokemon that I chose. He goes into Venusaur, and I went into Himura, my Duat, and that's a really bad matchup. So I immediately switch. Duat cannot take Venusaur. And I go into Chestnut. I call him Cecil, I think. And he Digivolves his Venusaur, so that's dangerous. Now Fire and Ice is neutral on him, so that's kind of a problem. And he goes for Petal Blizzard, which, being a grass type, I'm gonna take that hit easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now here, I decide to go into Bulk Up because I know he's gonna use Sludge Bomb, and with Bulletproof, Sludge Bomb doesn't affect me. So that's great. We got a nice attack and defense boost there. So we can, and I decided to go for another one, I think. He goes for Petal Dance, which is a stronger version of Petal Blizzard, I guess. But it doesn't, being a grass move, it's not going to do much. So I can just bulk up again. And I think here I go for the Spiky Shield, because I know he's going to attack. He's locked in Petal Dance. So I go for the Spiky Shield. And he's going to Petal Dance again. I just did it for the lefties, just to heal up a little bit more HP. And he hurts himself with the Spiky Shield. That's great. I didn't think it was a contact move, but it is, which I'm happy about. He switches out Venusaur, and he goes into Gardevoir. And this I'm scared of. I went for the Hammer Arm, just to see how much damage I was going to do, because I know poison types resist fighting moves. But I've already doubled my attack, so it would have done a lot to Venusaur, and it does a lot to Gardevoir, who is Fairy Psychic, by the way. So she resisted it. She resisted it times 4, and it took her down like to half. So that's really good. I decide to risk it and go for another Hammer Arm, and she Psychics the crap out of Cecil, takes him out in one hit. Super effective. Sorry, Cecil, I thought you could take it, but she's just too strong. Gardevoir is a monster. So I go into Master Sword now. And I believe I go for the Shadow Sneak instead of the King Shield or the Iron Head. I completely forgot she's weak to Steel. I could have done Iron Head, but I went for the Shadow Sneak, and it wasn't enough to take her out. So that's beautiful, beautiful. By the way, it's a Life Orb, so that's probably what helped it. Out comes Greninja, and I know he can take Master Sword out. So I switch Master Sword, and I go into Hello Nurse, because she is the wall of special attacks. And it's a Protein Greninja, so it's a really good Greninja. Gets a nice Dark Pulse in, and then he goes for the Scald, I guess trying to do a Burn Hacks. But he doesn't get it. Hello Nurse goes for Toxic and misses, and now that he'd seen the Toxic, I knew he was going to switch out and go into Venusaur. So, oh wait, Aegislash, who's immune to Toxic, by the way. But I went for Thunder Wave because I knew he saw it coming. So I was like, well, might as well switch the status, right? Whatever comes out is going to get paralyzed. And that's great, it did. Aegis Slash actually goes on the offensive, which I'm surprised at. But it's fully paralyzed, and I was so lucky. I get a nice soft boiled off to heal off the damage that I took from Greninja. And then I switch out because that thing might have Sacred Sword, and it might be able to kill my Blissey. So I go into Himura, and it gets fully paralyzed again, which is great, because Himura, it's Eviolite, but, you know, it's still a not fully evolved Pokemon. He goes for King Shield, which I predicted, so I went for the Swords Dance to raise my attack. And, you know, Himura can actually do some pretty good damage once he gets a Swords Dance off. But he switches into Venusaur, which was a very smart move. That's a great counter for me. I go for the Razor Shell. I have Razor Shell instead of Waterfall purely because it just looks cooler on it. Not for competitive, you know. I should actually put Waterfall or even Aqua Tail, but I went for the Razor Shell just because it's just such like it looks like it should have it. Anyway, I switch into Talonflame. He does a nice Sludge Bomb off on me. I was expecting a Grass move, but I guess he predicted the switch, and it was a very good prediction because it screwed me. But here, I was like trying to decide, should I use Brave Bird, should I use Flare Blitz? You know, what's he gonna do? I went for the Brave Bird. I should have went for Flare Blitz, but you know, sometimes you can't predict what the other person's gonna do. I thought he was gonna see the Flare Blitz coming and he wouldn't go into Aegis Slash. I thought he was gonna go into Greninja to take the Flare Blitz, but that wasn't the case. I don't know. Anyway, my Firestar is it's dead. There's out of the game. Sorry, buddy. So I send in Homura because Aegis Slash is back out there. And it actually goes for the Swords Dance too. Like, I go for the Swords Dance, and I'm like, why isn't it King Shielding? Oh crap, it's going to attack. But it goes for the Swords Dance, which is quite scary, honestly. Oh man. So we're both getting our attack up here. And this was a very long play right here because I was trying to decide what he was going to do. I was like, what's he going to do? I think he went for the King Shield there, which is great because I went for another Swords Dance. So I'm up +4, like, I don't know. I just have a lot of attack right now. But being a Dua, it's not going to be like too deadly. I go for the Razor Shell, and it does a decent hit, but that's only because it's in the defensive stance. If it would have been in that stance right there, it would have been screwed. He goes for the Sacred Sword. Oh, it does a great deal of damage, but my Dua took it, which is good. I'm proud of that. Very good. Nice job, Himura. He goes for a King Shield, and I stupidly attacked, but, you know, it was just, I was trying to figure out what's he going to do. I figured he was going to attack again, so I went on the attack as well. But no, so he lowers my attack back down to +2, which is fine. It's still a good, decent amount of attack. So here I'm just going to go for the Aqua Jet and hope I get a kill. And I do. That's great. Great job, Himura. Oh, yes. So we took care of that thing. And out comes Greninja, and he is scary. I should have Aqua Jetted here. Why did I switch? I don't know why. It's just, I think it's just programmed into me. When I see Greninja, I go into Blissey, man. I don't know what it is, but anyway. He goes for the Grass Knot. He would have killed Himura, but I switched. I should have stayed in, Aqua Jetted, and got whatever damage out and just died. But, because I completely forgot about Venusaur. Venusaur takes the Toxic, and then he gets a Synthesis off. So this is where the battle gets really just counter, like, you know. Anyway, I go for a Thunder Wave. He gets paralyzed, which is good. Just having that slight chance of full paralysis is just all I need. Go for a Flamethrower. It's not going to do much because of Thick Fat, but any damage is good damage in my book. He goes for Petal Blizzard. Does an actual decent amount of damage. I guess that Venusaur is really just pissed at Blissey or something because he's just going for it. You know, Petal Blizzard is it's not as strong as Petal Dance, but it's doing a good amount of damage. Especially for... Oh, wait, I think it's a physical move, right? Or is it special? I'm not sure, because it's new. It looks special, but the way it's hitting, I think it's a physical move. Anyway, I switch out, and I go into Hamura. And I take a Sludge Bomb straight to the face, and I think that was just death fodder. I had no plan there. I was just like, just kill him, get him out of there, because he's taking up space. I sent in Master Sword, because he can take on Venusaur, but he can't take on Greninja. So this is where it's like, Venusaur, like, Master Sword can take Venusaur, but he can't take Greninja, and then Blissey can take on Greninja, but she can't take Venusaur. So it's kind of a really big, it's like these 4 Pokemon are going at it for a while. I switch out, I get a nice Iron Head off on him, so, you know, that's good. It did a decent amount of damage, yeah, him being a water type. And he goes for a Dark Pulse, and I saw it coming. I switched into Blissey. Blissey takes the hit. He goes for Ice Beam, trying to get the Freeze Hacks. And he doesn't get it. I'm so lucky. I get the Toxic off on him. That was a very crucial part of the battle right there. If he would have switched, he would have been able to last a little bit longer. But sometimes you just gotta go with your gut and see if you can get the Freeze Hacks or the Paralysis Hacks or whatever you want to do. I go for a Soft Boiled because now the Toxic is just gonna handle Greninja, so that's great. I don't have to worry too much about Greninja anymore. But you know, he could still play. You see, he switches out again. He goes into Venusaur, and Blissey cannot take Venusaur. She's got nothing for him. At least Mega Venusaur. Regular Venusaur, at least the Flamethrower would do some damage, but it would still be really, you know, Blissey's special attack is not that high. And I can't poison Venusaur because he's a poison type. So the best I could do is Thunder Wave it, but with Synthesis, he's just going to heal whatever damage I give him. So it's a really big issue here. So I switch out because, you know, that's just going to be Flamethrower, Synthesis, Flamethrower, Synthesis. He gets fully paralyzed, which is great because I did not know what move he was doing. I go into an Iron Head, I think. Yeah, go for an Iron Head, see if I can get it down to half. I do, and he gets a Petal Dance off of me, and I'm in my defenseless state where the defense is weaker and I'm scared, but I survive it because I'm a Steel type. Go for another Iron Head, and it takes him down. Venusaur goes down. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's all we needed. I'm down to 25 HP. That is not good. Out comes Greninja. I go for a King Shield because, you know, I need at least a defensive form to take a hit. Maybe it could survive. He goes for an Ice Beam, but, you know, I got the King Shield up, so it doesn't do anything. And the poison starts activating, so that's great. And then he goes for a Dark Pulse and smokes my Master Sword. Oh no! Poor Master Sword. He goes down, and all that's left is Blissey and Greninja. So this was a crazy cool match. It was really anybody's game. He goes for an Ice Beam. I guess trying to get the Freeze Hacks again. That's what I would do too. I mean, he could actually do the Dark Pulse as well and try to get Flinch Hacks, which I think would be easier to get. But Freeze Hacks would just make it an indefinite, you know, amount of no action. But the poison takes him out, and that is where the game ends. But it was an awesome match. Jiro, thank you so much for accepting the battle. Good game. That's the kind of battle I expect from an ECPL member. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.